Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 19th of March. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Pew.
Gary, how are you feeling after the monster weekend that we've just had? Did you work?
Did I work? Look, I don't know. I looked at my watch Sunday at 4:30. I was still auctioning, and you were swanning around, having a lovely time somewhere.
I was on my second gin and tonic by 4:30.
You were.
Gary.
You were twirling around your little umbrella, weren't you, in the icy club there? But it was a very busy weekend. Yes, I admit you do a few more auctions than I do, definitely.
Oh, you're going to admit that publicly? Look down the camera.
Yeah, I do.
Look down the lens of the camera and say after me, Philip works so much harder than I do, and I'm lucky to be his partner. He's always carrying me.
Philip does a few more auctions than I do, and Lord knows he needs to do something useful and he needs the practice. Was that the same sort of thing?
Yeah,
not quite. Yeah,
the first part was great.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, it was hot, and I like the heat. But gee, when you're running from auction to auction, I tell you what, and you go outside and it's hot. I had one auction on Sunday morning, and we navigate ourselves pretty smartly because we're in the shade or we go inside because we've both got lily white complexions. We don't have those beautiful olive skin.
No, to all of those lovely Mediterranean people that are watching with those gorgeous olive skin that we fantasise.
Yeah, we have a love.
Or those from the continent of the subcontinent with their beautiful skin.
Yeah.
In my next life, I'm coming back with either brown or olive or black skin.
We love to hate you, and look, at the end of the day, when you're in your 70s and you're all looking like saddlebags, we're going to be fresh as daisy, especially with all the work you do.
No,
it's going to be okay.
So that's not right.
No, it isn't, is it?
Let me tell you, those people with proper pigmentation in the skin, they age so much better.
No, so there's no hope for us, really, is there? Anyway, so on Sunday morning, I did an auction in Evelyn Street, and congratulations to the buyer and seller alike of that home. And I thought, I'll put on a little bit of cream just in case. And I know you don't like the hat, so I try not to wear the hat.
No, I like hats.
Do you like the
hats all the time. It's just you wear a stupid
hat,
little hat that gives you no protection.
Yeah, so fair enough. So you reckon I shouldn't wear blues?
If you're completely bald, I get one of those little pie hats, right? Because you're actually you're protecting your bald head.
Okay.
But you're not bald.
Yep.
So why wear a hat that doesn't cover any of your face?
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is the blaring sun. So anyway, I get to this auction. It's in the morning. It's on the west side of the street, so the sun is blaring. On the east side of the street, there's a number of houses and trees, and everyone's full into the shade.
Yep.
So I've got nowhere else to go.
Nowhere to hide.
Nowhere to hide, and of course, it's bloody hot, and of course the heat starts coming through. Anyway, suffice to say, it was good for my weight loss. And talking about weight loss, I'm going to just ask you a question on behalf of a friend.
Okay. A friend is asking.
Yeah, a friend.
Yeah.
When you put on weight,
Yeah.
where do you first put weight on when you put on weight?
So for me personally, I get it just around here. So I get these little things there, and my wife is always saying to me when we're on the couch and she says I'm body checking.
Oh, right? Is that right?
I do this.
Is that what you're doing, or she does it to you?
No. And she says, "Stop it! You're body checking."
So I'm not sure, but I've got a friend who's an auctioneer, right?
Yeah.
And this friend did an auction in South Yarra on the weekend,
right?
And
you've got a friend that's an auctioneer.
Yep,
that did an
auction in South Yarra, an apartment in Toorak Road.
Yeah.
And this friend of mine had a little bottle of Coke, because running from auction to auction, wanted to keep cool and also, get a little bit of, the caffeination or whatever it is. Anyway, opened the bottle of Coke and it spilt a little bit, right?
Yes, all over
because
the vendor's carpet?
No, it was on the tiled floor. It wasn't bad. So
this is a friend of yours that was
doing
an auction from Gary Pew and Associates.
I'm not going to say which agency or where. Anyway, this friend of mine went and then did a tissue to try to wipe it. But when he made the movement to the tissue, there was a little tear all of a sudden, in a certain part of that person's suit. So the auction, I haven't told you this about my friend. So the auction was done with the auctioneer with his back to the wall.
Yes.
The only problem what would you usually do after an auction like that?
When you...
If it was you.
Well,
if there was a little split in a little bit of a cheeky spot.
First of all, I travel on the weekends with a change of outfits.
Okay.
Right? So
yes,
I've got
fair
three
enough. That's
suits,
a lesson learnt from my friend there.
3 suits in the car.
Have you really?
Which I like to change from auction
to
auction.
Right? You're a little like the Madonna of auctioneers, aren't you?
So I would have a change of clothes.
Okay.
And if I had that.
Yes, that situation or that
big
backside.
That this mythical auctioneer friend of yours has got. I'd probably throw that suit out.
Okay, well, anyway, this friend did not have a change of suit, and this auctioneer, friend of mine, had another auction in Bentley 1 hour later.
Right.
So the auctioneer had no choice but to go with that little bit of action in the back of their suit to the next auction in Bentley.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And of course, that next auction in Bentley, thankfully, was an apartment inside where this friend auctioneer was able to actually manoeuvre themselves around. It so happened that the apartment was quite dark and there were no lights on or able to be put on for certain reasons.
Excellent.
But anyway, it was a little bit of air conditioning on a hot day.
I'm looking at an auction list, viewers, as we speak.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at our auctioneers.
No, just leave the story there.
And it's remarkable.
You've given me the solution.
It's remarkable. This friend of yours reminds me of an auctioneer called Gary Peer that was in South Yarra and then moved to Bentley.
Yeah, anyway, we won't talk about it anymore, but anyway, a little bit of a split in the pants can offer some nice air conditioning on a hot day, put it that way.
Exactly.
But anyway, I just wondered where the weight goes because it has been a little bit of a fast food summer, hasn't it, Phil? For some. Now, let's talk about the auction results. Get away from that horrible story.
Big
talk about
weekend in Australia.
Yeah,
so
big
it
weekend
was one of Australia's biggest auction weekends.
Is that right?
Yep. So
Okay.
so-called Logic reports.
Yep.
And the three key markets, sorry Adelaide, sorry Perth, sorry Darwin, sorry Cootamundra, but the three key markets are Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane, or working up the coast, Melbourne,
up the east coast,
Sydney, Brisbane. Those are the three key markets. Although really Brisbane, it's really Melbourne and Sydney. Being kind, Olympic City, I get it. You want a shout out.
The winner is?
Sydney. Melbourne for volume.
Okay.
And Sydney for clearance.
Okay. Well, the clearance rates in Melbourne, according to Domain, which are a very reliable source, 62%.
Yep.
REA, 10% higher than that, Phil, 68%. But the team at Gary Peer and Associates had a clearance rate in the weekend over 44 auctions, Philip, of 77%. Put up the towers, a little bit of Bose music.
Yep, a lot of Bose music there.
And
now
off we go.
Let's bring it back to dissect that. Viewers, we had auctions from $350,000 all the way into the early $4 million.
Yes.
And we had competition in all the price segments.
Yeah, they weren't all competition. They weren't all competitive.
No, we had competition in all the price
segments.
segments.
Various price segments.
On all different styles of properties. So I would say very, very healthy weekend.
Yeah, good strong market, healthy weekend. Some things are hotter than others. Talking about what's hot.
Yep.
I tell you what's hot. And, I was interviewed this morning for the Peer Review, the next edition of the Peer Review, which you must get because it's actually a good magazine. There's some good quality stuff in there. But one of the comments I made, Philip, was what is hot? And there are homes that we've seen in the past that might have been 10 years or 15 years old, maybe 20 years old. They're a bit dated.
Yes.
And buyers would walk in and they go, yeah, I like this house, but, I'm going to buy a block of land and I'm going to build myself.
Yep.
Because it won't cost me all that much more to get that. Well, we're seeing a shift from that thinking, Philip, because people know that there's a shortage of labour.
Yes.
There's a shortage of material.
Yes.
There's a lot of bureaucratic process in building.
Yes.
And building companies have gone down, and have gone broke.
All of
those four factors, Philip, are making people think, you know what? I don't know about this building gig. I'm going to get away from it. Now, different with maybe 2 units, but with the one luxury home, people are saying, give me something that's a 7 or 8 out of 10, that's got the structure, got the location, got the land, but may not have the fashion and luxury that I want, and I'll fight for that and change it. So they're going off the charts.
So Ward Avenue would be a great
it's one of the ones I'm talking about. Yep.
Jenkins from a few weeks ago.
Another one I'm
talking
about.
Case in point, where beautiful family homes, maybe not the latest and greatest of everything all componentry.
Correct.
But
great.
But people are saying, look, I can move straight in. I can get on with life. I don't have to spend a cent. So, if you think about it, viewers, if you want a big family home, find the land that can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, then go through the whole process of do I go with a volume builder, do I go with an architect? All of this means that it could really take you 4 years before you're in your brand new home.
It's a long time. I don't know if it takes that
Gary,
long.
if you think about it, you've got to find the land first.
That could take 6 months.
It could also take 2 years. You just can't buy
the first
block of land that comes along.
Difficult like you are.
Let's call it 3 years then.
No,
and then
3 years.
Then there's a lot of people that say, look, I've got a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old. I'd go through all of this, and then they're kind of
by the time I'm finished building the house, they're already moving out.
So there's a lot to be said, and I think Ward Avenue, which we auctioned on the weekend, prices undisclosed, Gary, but sold very well.
Well over
9 bidders.
information. Yeah,
9 bidders.
And I
now,
think
that's almost unheard
And
of.
I think a cynic, that looks at the quote price versus the sale price, has to somehow, allow and understand that there are homes that are selling for unprecedented amounts. There's been a number of them where the vendor didn't expect it, the agent didn't appraise it or expect it, but huge competition has taken these hot products, which they are, into premium territory.
Gary, that's a wrap on new homes or modern homes.
Yep.
Let's talk about the mailbag.
Well, the mailbag.
Got an interesting mailbag this week.
People are discovering GPTV in their hordes, Philip. New people are getting on board and they're jumping off board just as quickly. We've got a few people that just happen to find us by some coincidence, and they've seen fit to write to us, Philip, and we welcome feedback. And thanks for Bruce to say, oh my OMG, the moron on the pinstripe is a joke.
That would be me.
And don't you know you're on the pinstripe? So obviously
Yeah.
Bruce is incredibly intelligent because he can't say in the pinstripe, but says on the pinstripe. And Pierre is just as bad.
Yeah.
And fat cats have better education and culture than the two of these jokers any day of the week. So that was a little bit of a snipe at us, Phil, where we had a go at the Economist.
I think as a shout out to anybody that's watching this show for the first time, you have to watch at least 10 episodes for yourself to become acclimatized to what this show's all about. But I do agree, though, with Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce, you're right.
If you were just scrolling and you came across the show...
And you saw something, real estate agents, you think, this is about property.
And that was your first and only taste of GPTV. You would not only switch off, but you would become a keyboard warrior and you'd want to send in some hate mail. Well, so, Bruce, I'm sorry that you've come and you've gone, but you just didn't get the chance to really understand
and connect
what this show's about.
And you've missed out, really, Bruce.
But Bruce, just move on to the next thing that you're going to complain about. And I think that is phenomenal, though.
Well, what about Hector? Hector.
What's Hector got
Hector
to say?
said, Gary, seriously, with a smiley face, what a clown. So there you go, Phil.
That might have been a compliment.
I'm not sure. It could have been. I don't know if it's about you or about me.
Viewers, feel free to send us in your unfiltered thoughts about the show, because
Dumb and
we're
Dumber.
always looking to improve.
Poiter said, Dumb and Dumber. They make him nauseous. So he wants to be dropped off our mailing list. So I'm really sorry. We're going to miss you, Poiter, because we thought we had a beautiful connection. We've got no idea who you are. But look, we don't care. You have to understand that we put this on every week for the entertainment. It's a bit of an in-joke with people that sort of get it, that are lighthearted, that have a bit of humour, that like a bit of fun. And for those people that take themselves too seriously, lighten up, because life's short.
Interestingly, Gary, we're getting this abuse.
Yeah, a little bit of abuse.
Yet we've got a lot of people that watch this show that are actually highly intelligent, engaged members of the community.
Isn't that amazing?
And to all of those people out there that fit into that description, thank you for watching the show, and thank you for
understanding.
Thank you for
understanding the sad cases that we
Gary,
are.
big weekend.
Now, hang on. Before that, one last thing before we get into results of things. The Fat Cat Economist. It just so happened, a few weeks ago, we talked about the Fat Cat Economists. We had a leadership conference, which was brilliant, with a number of different speakers in Sydney. A number of different speakers, some fantastic, facilitation with our group of leaders, talking about how we can be better at what we do, how we can provide better than what we provide, even though I think we do a pretty good job, but always looking for the next. And lo and behold, the second speaker of the day happens to be an economist. So anyway, thankfully, he's an economist that doesn't watch GPTV. Hopefully, he might tune in now that he's met us.
I asked him whether he'd like to come onto the show, and he said absolutely.
So
anyway,
I've reached out to him.
I've bagged economists, and then, of course, our second speaker at our directors' conference was an economist with a quirky sense of humour, I don't mind saying.
He did have he had a sort of cheeky smile, a quirky sense of humour. He's obviously got a bit of a personality going. So we're going to get him on GPTV because he actually had some very interesting, relevant things to say. And usually you think economist is a good chance to have a little bit of shut-eye, catch up on some much needed sleep, but he was really good. So we're going to get him on the show. So there will be an economist to make up for the economist knock that we gave. Phil, talk about some of the results. Are we ready for that?
Let's jump into it.
Let's talk about some of the results. We love the Twilight auction. We've got 6 or 7 this week, by the way. I don't know if you're up for that.
They're all in my diary, Gary.
Good. I'd hate to think you'd ever miss one, or that you'd have an accident. It would make you be late, but that won't happen.
Shout out to the vendors of Hornby Street, which was an auction on Thursday evening.
That was a pumping auction, Philip.
6:30 auction, Gary. Crowd of, I don't know, would have been at least 100 odd people.
And the rest, I reckon.
At the auction.
Yeah. And you exaggerate and I don't, but I reckon more.
3 competitive bidders.
4 bidders.
4 bidders. Sold so far over the reserve, wasn't funny. Again, goes to your point about beautiful family homes. We've got some footage as we speak talking about this home, but that was a perfect example. A build, I think that build's about 10 years old, but you can move straight into it and not spend a cent. Really good competitive bidding.
And handled spectacularly well by the dynamic duo of Jan Dosen from our Bentley office and Lamore Herskowitz, who hangs out in our St Kilda office, but both of them sell stuff all over Melbourne.
All over Melbourne.
Phil, before that I was in Lancock Street, had some fun there. I mean, that's just perfect weather. You know, when you think of a twilight auction, you hope it's going to be 23, 24, a little bit of sunset, and just that beautiful climate, and that's exactly how it was. Well done to those vendors who've been there for almost 20 years in 58 Lancock Street, which sold within the range, and the range was 1.5 to 165. Just to give away a little bit there. We had one that Simon Radolnik did in Yarraburn Close in Bentley East through the week. I had the honours of doing the last auction in Yarraburn Close. This time it was Simon because I was away with you in Sydney and with the crew. That one sold for $1,341,000, a little bit over the range. Phil, busy weekend. We had lots of auctions on. I had a very action-packed auction in Buckingham Avenue in Bentley, which was in the same family for, I think, 30 years or thereabouts. Anyway, that was sold under a competitive bidding and sold for $950,000 over the range. A lot of things sold within the range on the weekend. Some sold older, some sold over. Thank you. 41 at 390 Toorak Road. There happened to be an auction in South Yarra on Saturday that I actually did. And that one was sold for $789,000. Beautiful view. There's some great images of that. Terrific apartment.
You did an auction in South Yarra.
I happened to do one, and then I happened to do one in Bentley, in Mitchell Street, Bentley, which was sold on the weekend for $490,000.
That'd be like your friend that split his pants then, would it?
Well, you know, it's funny how we both sort of followed a similar pathway. I feel there was an auction in Avoca Avenue in Elwood where the buyer came down from Byron Bay, who I happen to know, Phil, and congratulations to that buyer who held up the last bid.
Elwood is a bit of is kind of like the Byron Bay vibe. Of Melbourne.
It's a Byron Bay vibes, isn't it? So that was sold for $775,000, owned by a well-known DJ, actually, Phil. So well done. She certainly got the beat happening there with Lamore, and Jeremy Roses did a great auction on 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. Let's talk about 24 Kelburn Street, prices undisclosed. I know you love that home and you had a great auction there.
Gary, it was a very strong bidding on that house. Really good price. Having said that, it was a beautiful home and had been in the same family's hands for 37 years, I believe.
Wow.
So,
we've had incredible. A few sales.
We sold a house in Filbert Street last weekend, which we haven't talked about, but we can't talk about them all. But that had been in the same family's hands for 56 years.
We've had a few of those. I was just about to say, we've had a few homes
people
like
that own their houses for so long have got no care for our overseas travels.
Well, let's face it, Phil, they're selfish, aren't they?
Well, they are.
They're selfish people.
If you hold a home that long, we cannot travel to exotic destinations around the world on a regular basis.
In business, definitely not in business at all. You know, like
first class is out of the question.
Forget about first class. We'd be lucky to get an economy ticket, Phil, and you know, no extra luggage even. But can you please sell every 5 or 7 years? That would be good.
That would suit us.
And the whole real estate industry. It's not just about us.
Let's talk about the weekend that's coming up, Gary.
Hey, 10 Glencoe Avenue, Phil, that was sold before auction. 2 buyers took that one up into a big competition. And I want to just, so well done to the vendors who are delightful people who have built that house basically, Phil. 3 Ward Avenue, we talked a bit about it. I want to show some footage, Phil, because have you ever seen more people at an auction? I don't think I've ever seen a bigger crowd than at 3 Ward Avenue, which had no less than 9 bidders competing.
It was a big crowd. We've had plenty of big crowds before. That did seem like a very big crowd, but I don't remember having 9 bidders on a property. I mean, I just cannot remember the last one. Maybe there wasn't another one. So 9 bidders is real testament to that house, the market and our marketing. Michael Wold was the architect for that. He really does an incredible job. So I'm not surprised it was well contested.
Timeless real estate, Phil, can always be well received. But that was extraordinary.
Let's talk about the weekend, Gary. How many auctions have we got this weekend?
Phil, we're not waiting for the weekend. We've got auctions starting as of tomorrow.
How many auctions for this week, Gary?
43 auctions coming up, Philip.
three.
That is going to be busy. Let's kick off with Hudson Street, 2 at 12 Hudson Street, Caulfield North. A great address.
Gary, this is an incredible property. We've got 1 and 2 at 12 Hudson Street. These are 2 single-storey villa homes built in the 1960s. They are fabulous. Buy one or buy them both. But 1 and 2 at 12 Hudson Street. You've got to come along to the auction, and that auction is on Wednesday evening. Tomorrow evening at 6:30.
6:30 and 7 o'clock, Philip. While you're there, I'm going to be on the bright side of Caulfield South, auctioning 104, 183 to 187. Booran Road, Caulfield South.
This is the development with Mr. Brightside on the ground floor, so you literally don't need to use your kitchen here. This is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 secure car space. That is a fabulous apartment.
There's an incredible horse called Mr. Brightside. You know, it's a great song, Mr. Brightside. There's an incredible horse which came second on the weekend. And for those that have been following my horses, you would be in the poorhouse like I am because they've been running crap. Anyway, Phil, on Thursday at 5:30, we're going to be at 8 Brooklyn Avenue, Caulfield South.
A beautiful home, 3 or 4 bedrooms, a study, 2.5 bathrooms. This has been meticulously renovated and a wonderful, wonderful location.
That's at 5:30, Philip. At 6:30, you're going to be jumping up to Bentley East to Malden Street for this terrific property at
Leon and Leor there, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We've got a lock-up garage, another car space. That's immaculate throughout.
I'm lucky enough to have auction honours on Thursday at 6:30 p.m, Philip, in Hartington Street. I've sold in this development before for the most delightful vendors, and I'm excited about it.
This is a great property, Gary. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car spaces. That's an affordable opportunity into Wellston.
What has been popular, and I'll come up and meet you at 7:30, Philip, because we're doing them even a little bit later these days. 7:30 in Bentley. We're going to be in London Street and looking forward to that home.
What a great property. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, lock-up garage, another car space, gorgeous garden areas, parquetry floors, lots to love.
That wraps up our midweek auctions. Let's get into Saturday. We've got 4 at 10:30 a.m. We're going to kick off in Dandenong Road, Carnegie, with Leo Samuel.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car spaces, a storage cage, everything that opens and shuts. That's a wonderful home.
Amy Winehouse had that famous song Valerie, Phil, and she might have been talking about Valerie Street, Bentley East at 10:30 a.m.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, wraparound courtyard gardens, decked area. That is a fabulous home.
I'm not sure if you can see the bay from Bayview Street in Brighton East, Philip, but it is your 10:30 a.m. auction.
Gary, a great opportunity. This is a wonderful home. You could move in, you could lease it out. It's 831 square metres with a massive frontage. That is a tremendous opportunity. It's a great building site. Looking forward to putting that under the hammer.
I have Elwood auction honours at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday in Tennyson Street.
Gary, what a great apartment, what a great location. 2 or 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, a car space. Well, it's actually got a lock-up garage, so that is a winner.
4 auctions at 11:30, Phil. We're kicking off with Leo Samuel in Oakley East at 32 Lorena Street.
Gary, we've got 696 square metres of land with a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. It's the land or it's the house. It's your choice.
From Brighton East to Caulfield South to Olive Street at 11:30.
Gary, stunning home, 3 bedrooms and a study, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars, a beautiful, fully renovated home.
Your luck in Bentley will be at 11:30 if you purchase this home in Lucken Street. I'm the auctioneer for it.
Gary, you're lucky because this is 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage for 2 cars, so it's a double lock-up garage, a beautiful property and a great address.
Hard to find a courtyard apartment. This might sell before auction, Phil, but if it doesn't, come along at 12:30 to number 7 Hudson Street, this terrific courtyard apartment.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space and a wonderful courtyard garden. That's a great opportunity to get into the market and to do a great location.
We love Arthur Street, Phil. It's a great spot and we're auctioning at 12:30 on Saturday.
Walk everywhere from there, Gary. You've got Dandenong Road tram on your doorstep. You've got Caulfield Park. You've got Glenferrie Road. You've got Malvern Central. You've got everything. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2.
Spray Street, Elwood is our second auction in Elwood on Saturday, this time 12:30 with Simon Rodolnik.
A beautiful apartment, meticulously renovated, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
We have 4 auctions at 1:30, Philip. We're going to be in Mackay Avenue, Glen Huntley, Leo Samuel auctions this terrific home.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a lock-up garage, lots to love there and a very affordable price range.
Sometimes you're a little bit moody, Phil, but this time you're auctioning in Moody. That's Moody Street, Caulfield East.
I won't be moody when I'm there, Gary. That is a fabulous home, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, beautiful garden areas, and I love that location.
And we love Murrumbina, so much so we're auctioning 15 at 41 Murrumbina Road at 130 with Graham
Two
Callan.
bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a car space and a great private courtyard garden.
Kooyong Road is a terrific address in Caulfield North. Simon Rodolnik Auctions at 130.
On the Kooyong Road Hill between Alma Road and Dandenong Road. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great location, great place to live.
At 2:30 p.m, Philip, we've got triple auction action. We start off in Edward Street, Elsternwick at 2:30. You're the auctioneer there.
Pretty as a picture. This home, Gary, a beautiful home, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and Edward Street is just the best location.
Affordable living in Hawthorne Road. This is a snap purchase, Philip, at around about $140,000 or thereabouts. 2815 Hawthorne Road,
Can't
Simon
go
Rodolnik
wrong
Auctions.
there. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and of course all of the great facilities of North Caulfield on your doorstep.
Leo Samuel in his hood in Carnegie is auctioning at 2:30. It's 11 at 1298 Glen Huntly
What a
Road.
great looking building, a great apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space and a courtyard garden.
And you want a great looking property, you've got 3:30 auction at 19B Wanda Road, Caulfield North, and this is a really great looking
This
building.
property is outstanding, Gary, and it's massive. 4 bedrooms, 4 magnificent bathrooms, a double lock-up garage. It's got everything that opens and shuts, including hydronic heating throughout, which is the best heating.
We've got a busy day in Carnegie on Saturday, Philip. We're going to finish up there in Elliott Avenue with Leo Samuel auction.
Beautiful apartment, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space, very secure, a beautiful home.
But wait, there's more. One more Carnegie auction. That's 8 at 184 Nearham Road, going off at 3:30 p.m.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
Let's get into Sunday's auctions, Philip, as we wind down the show. We've got double auction action at 10:30 a.m. You are going to be in Snowden Avenue, a great street.
Gary, single level villa home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a double lock-up garage, and your own courtyard garden. Great property, incredible address.
An affordable buy in Dandenong Road, Phil. St Kilda Reese, Jeremy Rosens, and Daniel McMucker handling this one. 2
bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautiful throughout, and lovely green aspects.
Triple auction action at 11:30 in Caulfield North, Philip. You and I are both doing auctions. You're going to be in Eskdale Road.
Gary, this home is incredible. 4 magnificent bedrooms, 3 beautiful bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, 715 square metres of north-facing land, together with a swimming pool. Everything to love there.
I love this huge apartment, Philip. It's like penthouse size. It's in Wanda Road in a great block, and it's going off for auction at 11:30 a.m.
I love that building. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, and that is just really iconic architecture from the 60s.
The old joke is, Phil, surely you can't be serious, but we are serious about Shirley Grove, St Kilda East. Simon Rodolnik auctions at 11:30 a.m.
Don't we love Shirley Grove? 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a lock-up garage, courtyard garden areas, and that is just the most dynamic location.
I'm loving this house in Pierce Street, Phil. I wish I could join you at the auction at 12:30.
Gary, I love everything about this house, including the owners, who are just the most superb people. They did the full renovation to this house and did a beautiful job. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. It sits on 750 square metres of land. There's not a cent to spend. Move straight in, and that is probably one of the standout period homes you're going to see.
We go from Caulfield South to Caulfield North at 12:30, 8 Normanby Avenue, Caulfield North. Love that address. I'm meeting Leon to do the auction there.
Gary, that is a great property. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking. That is just a really good opportunity, and those streets that come off Inkerman are incredible.
Back to Caulfield South we go at 12:30, 26 Narrawong Road, Leo Samuel Auctions.
Gary, what a great property this is. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, beautiful wraparound garden areas, parquetry floors. That's just a standout property.
Simon Rodolnik Auctions with Vanessa McGlynn in Orong Road, St Kilda East at 1:30.
Gary, what a great property that is. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That is, you've got so much space there. It's such a solid property, really good real estate.
Alston Grove, St Kilda East is a small but fantastic quality street, Phil. You're going to be auctioning number 6 at 1:30 p.m.
This is mid-century marvellous, Gary. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars, if not more. That is the most incredible property. It's original and just waiting for the next buyer to come in and share the love around.
Parkside Living is at its best, Philip, is in Teak Street, Caulfield South, 3 at 58. I'm auctioning at 1:30.
Gary, you'll have fun there. That's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, immaculate throughout, a wonderful home.
Our most valuable valuable home for the weekend is auctioned at 2:30 on Sunday. Phil, I'll come and meet you there because I love Powderham Road.
Gary, this is on the north side of Powderham. This is 5 bedrooms and a study, 3.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage. It faces north. It's got a swimming pool. It's got everything that opens and shuts. You're buying a complete lifestyle in that home. It's wonderful.
27A Bridge Street goes off at 2:30. Philip and Leo Samuel auctions this one.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage. It is incredible throughout. Lots to love there.
566 Inkerman Road, Caulfield North is auctioned at 3:30 p.m. You are the auctioneer, meeting Darren Crongold and the team there.
Fantastic location there. 3 bedrooms and a study, 1.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. That's a home with lots of opportunity.
Julia Millman is going to be meeting you in Wilk Street to bring down the curtain on a busy Sunday. That's at 4:30 p.m. A big day for you Sunday, Phil.
Gary, what a beautiful apartment that is. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, basement car parking for 2 cars. That is brand new and completely magnificent.
Phil, we have 3 auctions that we want to feature. They're not on this weekend, but we've got to talk about some of these special homes. One of them is in Huntington Road in Bentley East. What a magnificent showpiece of a property.
Gary, this is incredible. On a massive parcel of land, that is an extraordinary home. I've done a video tour there. Viewers, go on, click on that link and have a look, because that is just magnificent in every possible way.
Another featured property, Phil, is in Gough Street, Elsternwick. Very excited about this home.
Gary, it's terrific. It's single level living at its finest. That is an immaculate home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage. Just stunning in every way.
And one of Caulfield's best streets, Phil, must be Silverley Grove. We have this other feature home coming up soon. Let's talk about number 29.
Gary, 754 square metres of land. This is a house with absolutely everything. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, parking in front for another couple of cars. Everything that opens and shuts is there. A beautiful home and an incredible location. Silverley is one of the best addresses.
That is a big wrap on GPTV. An action-packed week of sales and offerings coming your way.
It's going to be a big weekend in Australia, Gary, because we've got the Easter weekend coming up. So many properties have been brought forward just to work around the Easter weekend. I'm excited for this weekend. We came through last weekend with spectacular results. Looking forward to big results this weekend. Thanks for watching. I'm Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Peer. Look forward to seeing you next week.